We had a ball, and that's why I broke an A-rig up the river. The fish were chewing just that hard. Guy, have you ever tried to organize your rods in front of the boat before you go on fishing? It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I don't care how big your boat is. If you got enough rods up on front of this deck, they all get tangled. They never lay the flat the same way, and they get scattered all across the deck. That is a big pet peeve of mine, and it aggravates me to death. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Buck here at Hollow Creek Outdoors, and that is right. I'm in the boat this morning. In the boat, trying to get ready for tomorrow's trip. We'll chase some bass, look for some stripers, gonna go with that combination. Keep my eye out for the crappie while I'm out there running around. Just kind of see what they're doing. I've got to get this mess that's in this boat cleaned out before I can go tomorrow. And there's another one of them green-headed longlegs live. Don't know if y'all can see it on the camera. They're all over this boat right now. What I was gonna get into today, basically getting the boat prepped and ready. Kind on a few things, you know, getting ready, anticipating the bite before we ever get on the bite, that kind of deal. Y'all do that? I had to all the time type a whole 7, 8 rods over there, what I think they gonna bite, and I get that down the lake, and I wind up retying every one of them. If that's one of y'all, hit me down there in the comments, let me know, because it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Call that garage fishing. We anticipate, we think, we plan, and it's good intentions, but very seldom works out. Very seldom works out unless you like on a day-to-day fishing and you know what they're going on. But we've been off the water for 3 or 4 days now. Well, 3 days. So things could be totally changed. We got lake levels dropping drastically, which is a good thing in the fall. We got water temperatures that are coming downhill quick, and I love it. I love it. The only ingredient we missing for one heck of a, how would I word it? One heck of a slobber knocker fall, if you want to call it that, as far as the bass chomping and the stripers chewing, is a little dirty water. They pulling the lake so hard, they're pulling all the dirt out of the water. What I mean by that, they pulling the water down the lake, it's going out the back of the dam, and it's bringing in the cleaner water quicker than it normally would if it was in a stable type setup. But that's fine, we'll work with it, we'll deal with it. The bait's up there, there's a ton of bait. Depending on what area of the lake you're on right now, some of it, you down the lake in the clear, you in the herring, you can get on up the lake good little ways, still got some big thread fin. I'm talking about some 2.5, 3-inch thread fin along with them little micro minnows that I call them, little small things. There's a combination going on up there. But I wanted to bring y'all on today on the prep and go over some of the stuff I'm gonna do in the fall. Like I said before, retying and tying is what we do as fishermen all the time. You see we got down here a floating worm, we got spinner baits laying on the deck that's got to be cleaned up. Oh, we have a broken A-rig. Broken A-rig that got broke the other day. I got to get that fixed, but I kind of like this little 3-way deal. It's a little, it looks nice, and caught some fish on it the other afternoon. If you go back and look at some of my older videos, I got one where I called it the handicap rig. I think that fish I caught that day was good 5.5, 6 pounder, somewhere right in there. So maybe it's something to it. But over in here, you know, got the spook, got another floating worm, got the spinning rods. That's always going to be a given for one for a crappie jig way over there. Got that thing always tied on this time of year. Then you got the other one for any kind of small worm apparatus, trick worms, whether it be split shot rig, shaky head, you name it, small Texas rig. I use that spinning rod for that. Let me get sit down here, see if I can stay in the light where y'all can still see me, but you might not want to see me, I don't know. But I was gonna get in the light where you can at least read my lips if you can't hear the audio. But this time of year is just that. It's having a multiple spread of baits, because you don't know what you're going to get on any given trip. The lake changes, the fish change so much this time of year. They are changing every day. As long as the weather and the everything else is playing its part, these fish will be changing. This is a good thing. It's getting them off that summer bite, that aggravating summer bite, getting them into a good fall, early going into winter type bite. Another granddaddy lonely. Telling y'all, this boat, there's two more over there. This boat is just loaded with, golly. Gotta figure out a way to get rid of them. You're depending on the water clarity. It depicts what I'm gonna throw. I'm trying to give you a good example, not fumble with my words right here, but earlier in the video we talked about that we did not have the mud. We didn't have the color coming in with the big heavy rains that we've been having, pulling the lake a lot. So I'm anticipating some cleaner water. With that cleaner water, I'm gonna start off with a rig. I'm gonna have a jerkbait tied on, possibly a crankbait. Might not go crawfish color, could, it might work, but more basing off of shad colors. Same thing with if I go to a trick worm, a smaller worm, Ned rig, whatever you want to call it. My color is going to be more of a color, darker colors, even into the watermelons. I like watermelons. I think they represent, or I don't really know what a worm represents, but they play off when they're doing that dancing motion quick, fast. If you're moving it fast, it kind of looks like a bait fish. But those are some of the baits that I would start off with in the garage. And until I get on the water, I won't know which ones they want. It's kind of common sense, but a lot of us overlook it. We get out there and we get hammered down on them certain baits we tied on and forget that we can change and tie on some other stuff, try some different stuff as we're going. Well, guys, that's it. We just, like I said, we come down here. I've got to get this boat cleaned up before tomorrow. Hopefully gonna catch some fish, unless I ain't been out there in 3 days. Sunday, we had a good day. Had a good day finding the fish up the river. We had a ball, and that's why I broke an A-rig up the river. The fish were chewing just that hard. Yeah, them A-rigs ain't meant to last a whole lot, but they were biting pretty good, don't get me wrong. But that's it today. I want to bring it down here and go over some of the stuff, what I do prior to getting out on the lake, what I call my garage fishing. Preparing, planning, tying on a bunch of rod baits that I think are going to that will work. So when I get in a situation, I can run through a bunch of different ideas, thoughts, processes. But that was basically it. So let me get off this camera. Let me get this boat. I got to wash it a little bit, wipe it down, check the oil. Got batteries on charge. Got to get granddaddy log legs out of this boat. I got to figure out how to get them out of here and keep them out of here because they about to drive me crazy. But guys, thank y'all for all your support. If you like the video, like this kind of content, hit that like button, share the video. It helps us out tremendously with the algorithm. And as always, guys, God bless. Thank you for everything, and we will see y'all on the next outdoor adventure.